this short prayer. Let us gently close our eyes and worship our God in spirit and truth. God, our Father and Mother, we thank you for the grace-filled moment wherein Hazel Gerda is going to present her thesis. Give her the wisdom and knowledge to do her best and bring insights to those who are listening to her research work. Give success to the works of her hands, Lord, and may she bring glory to you through the delivery of her knowledge and empirical learning. Bless our examiner, Dr. Sudalai Muthu, and observer, Dr. Revati ma'am, and bless all of us who are witnessing this event with good health of body and mind. Wipe away the coronavirus from the face of the earth, and may we all experience the wellness and wholeness. Thus, we might resume our normal work in the upcoming days. We make this prayer. Now, may I request the head of the department and the internal DC member of Hazel Gerda to welcome the gathering and to introduce our examiner, Professor Dr. Sudalai Muthu, and observer, Professor Dr. Revati, to the gathering. Over to you, ma'am.
Respected convener of today's public Vivavosi examination, Dr. Sister Sahai Selvi, examiner of the Vivavosi board, Dr. Sudalai Muthu, the observer and subject expert from the university, Dr. Revati, our principal, Dr. Sister Sophie, our secretary, Dr. Sister Geraldine Jayam, our vice principal, Dr. Sister Lima Rose, our controller of examination, Dr. Vinolia Josephine Mary, our librarian, Dr. Sister Mary Jansi, Reverend Sisters, professors, former professors of Department of Commerce, scholars, and family members of the candidate. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the Vivavosi examination of our department research scholar, Ms. Hazel Gerda. On this auspicious occasion, I'm glad to introduce and welcome the examiner of today's Vivavosi examination, Dr. Sudalai Muthu, Professor, Department of Banking Technology. Dr. Sudalai Muthu has 28 years of teaching and 18 years of research experience. His area of specialization is accounting, finance, and system. He has guided more than 41 MPhil students and produced 19 PhDs. He has published more than 172 articles in the refereed national and international journals published by leading publishers. He has visited Thailand, Russia, and Brazil for paper presentation. He has completed 3 research projects funded by UGC and ICSSR. He is the member of Indian Accounting Association and Madras Management Association. He has received the Best Teacher Award for 4 times from Pondicherry University. Respected sir, we are very fortunate to have such an eminent personality as the examiner of today's Vivavosi examination. On behalf of all those who have gathered, I accord you, sir, a warm welcome. It's my privilege to welcome Dr. Revati, Professor and HOD of Commerce Amherst University. Dr. Revati has guided 52 MPhil scholars and produced 8 PhDs. She has organized national workshops and seminars, intercollegiate competitions. She had been the member of Women Welfare Committee, principal in charge of MS University Sangrankoil, University representative to Sri Sarada College, academic council member of various colleges, chief superintendent for conducting exams in the university. She is the professor of commerce since 2012 and she has been the head of the Department of Commerce since 2016. Respected Madam, we are happy to have you as the observer and subject expert from the university. On behalf of everyone present here, I happily welcome you, Madam. Once again, I welcome all professors, sisters of the Rosian family, my colleagues, scholars, and family members for this Viva Voce examination, and I wish God's blessings on the candidate. Welcome one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for your warm welcome and introduction about examiner and observer. It is my pleasure and privilege to introduce and welcome Hazel Gerda to this August gathering. Hazel Gerda joined in our college for her MCOM program, followed by MPhil. She joined with me in giving radio program based on value education. She is the first scholar of mine, as well as the first scholar of the Research Department of Commerce of our college. I have seen Hazel Gerda as a person of intelligence, hardworking, committed, sincere, service-mindedness, and her quest for knowledge is remarkable. She has published 6 papers in high impact journal, 1 in UGC Careless Group 1 and Scopus paper 1, that is Group 2. She has methodologically worked out all the research tools by herself. She has a passion to do the work in a creative way and something beneficial to the postal society since she hails from that area. My wavelength always matched with her wavelength. Therefore, she could easily grasp the idea of mine. Indeed, it was a pleasure to work with her. As a guide, we all learn new things from our scholars. That is the way I too have learned from her a lot in terms of contributing sustainable development of the ecology. To speak about her thesis, her title is more relevant. Her findings and suggestions help the various stakeholders to sustain the ecology to a certain extent. Gerda, I wish you all the very best and implore God's blessings on you to defend your thesis in a fruitful manner. Now, may I request Dr. Sudalai Muthu, the examiner, to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Good morning to all of you. Respected HOD of Holy Cross College, Department of Commerce, Madam Mary Helen Stella. She has made a very beautiful welcome address. And the research supervisor of this Viva Voce examination, as well as the convener, Dr. S. Sahaya Selvi, my good friend and professor and head Department of Commerce, Manomaniyam Sundaranar University, Dr. B. Revati, the candidate of today's Viva House examination is Ezil Jerda, other faculty members from the Holy Cross College, Manoramani Sundaranar University, and other colleges across various institutions, research scholars, and my teacher, Dr. Professor Murugan Shettiar, and other participants. Good morning to all of you. About the candidate, about the topic, the guide, Dr. Sahai Selvi, Madam has given a brief introduction about that candidate. And I'll directly move on to the Viva House examination now. You know well about that. It is an examination, an oral examination. So in the case of oral examination, especially related to the public Viva oral examination, the procedures and all as follows. First, the candidate has to do a presentation about her research work, about 20 minutes, very briefly, and she has to explain about the major parts, that is just introduction and the statement of problem, and including statement of problem includes the research gap through the review of literature, then objectives, followed by methodology and the major findings. Based on the findings, what kind of suggestion that you are offering to the stakeholders through your research. So these are all the things you have to explain very briefly to the participants. So after that, I'll open the platform to ask the questions by the participants. Good number of participants are available here. I could able to find more than 63 participants are available. Continuously, more number of participants are joining now. So I request the participants, you observe the presentation of Ezil Jerda. Then you please raise your questions or doubts or clarification, whatever you want from her research work for updating your knowledge and for getting clarity. You have to ask the question, and the candidate is ready to defend her work as mentioned by the guide Sahaya Selvi. She is ready to, the candidate is ready to defend her work. Then after the public questions, some of the questions given by the external examiner, I have the copy of the question, that question, and if anything is missing, that I am also ready to, if required, I will put some of the questions. Then based on all this process, finally we'll announce the Viva results. That is, result means recommendations to the university for the award of the degree, that based on the performance, finally that will give. This is the process. So in this process, friends, I normally used to mention in all the Viva House examination. So my role here is the examiner, and Professor Revati role is an observer. And your participants' role, you see, you are the major examiner here. So you had to put the questions. And anything left, then I will put the questions. Then based on that, we'll give the recommendation. This is the platform for learning so many things, mainly for the scholars. I hope there are many scholars are attending this Viva. This is the platform for taking so much of useful information for your future research work, for your future Viva House examination and all. So this is the learning platform Viva House examination is there. One is the learning platform. Another one is the platform for disseminating the research findings to all the participants. That is the two ultimate objective of conducting the Viva House examination. So I request all the participants to listen to the candidate presentation and learn the things. While learning, if you have any doubt, ask the question at the end, then clarify that. That will give a lot of information and knowledge to you. That is the ultimate purpose of this Viva. That is the dissemination of knowledge, information and knowledge. That is the ultimate purpose of this Viva examination. So, friends, with this, a brief introduction about the process and other related information. Now, I request the candidate, Ms. Hazel Zerda, to do the presentation through the PPT about 20 minutes. Then after that, again, I will come back and we'll conduct the Viva examination. Okay. So with that, on behalf of as an examiner and that on my own behalf of also, I welcome all of you and request all of you for your active participation for successful conduct of this Viva examination. Now over to the candidate Hazel Zerda. You take this, please. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Kindly hold on. Let me share the PPT. Respected examiner of Viva Voce Board, Dr. S. Sudalemuthu, eminent observer for online Viva Voce Board, Dr. B. Revati, my supervisor and convener for Viva Voce Board, Dr. S. Sahaya Selvi, my doctoral committee members, Dr. David Appadurai and Dr. Mary Helen Stella, all the sisters, faculty members, research scholars, and my beloved ones. Good morning and a hearty welcome to my PhD Viva Voce. I'm very glad to present my thesis entitled on Green Packaging and Eco-Friendly Approach Towards Sustainable Development in Coastal Villages of Kanyakumari District. The scheme of the report has been divided into 5. The first chapter is about introduction and design of the study, which comprises of statement of the problem, significance of the study, scope, review of literature, research gap, objectives, hypothesis, methodology, limitation, operational definition, then finally chapter scheme. The second chapter is about an overview of green packaging. The third and fourth chapter, which speaks of the analysis, that is descriptive analysis and inferential analysis. And the fifth chapter is about findings, suggestions, and conclusions. Ecological sustainability is the recent topic which is discussed by all the tycoons of the corporate, policymakers, academicians, politicians, and every citizens of our country for the past decades. It is only because of the threatening atmosphere that made the earth suffer irreversibly side effects such as deep climatic changes and depletion of natural resources. It is the apt time, it is the need of the hour to preserve and protect the natural resources by switch over to green practices. One such practice makes man perfect. Hence, green practice makes environment perfect. One such practice is buying product in green packaging. Purchasing behavior of any product is based on its design, shape, color, and its outer appearance that attracts the customer to buy the product. Coastal populace is not exempted to this. They also buy the product and use the product and throw it away as a waste. In turn, it pollutes the environment. Statement of the problem. When God created the world, it was beautiful and blessed with all natural resources. But in the name of development and expansion, man created n number of problems. One of the main problems for depletion of natural resources and destruction of environment in the cosmos is through plastic packaging. packaging is indispensable part of modern life. The research study has proven that 30 years ago, the composition of solid waste generated by the Indian was characterized by 1/5 non-biodegradable waste and 4/5 biodegradable waste. At present, this ratio is about to reverse today. A mere 40% is biodegradable, while 60% is non-biodegradable. It is predicted that global wastage is going to rise from 1.3 billion tons in 2018 to 27 billion tons by 2050. To banish such environmental pollution to a certain extent, could the green packaging be a better choice to minimize the pollution? How much the consumers are aware of ecological sustainability and their willingness to purchase product using green packaging? To find out fitting answers to the forced question, the research title is undertaken as Green Packaging, an Eco-Friendly Approach Towards Sustainable Development in Coastal Villages of Kanyakumari District. Significance of the study. The study is more helpful to create awareness among coastal population and general public to know the importance of eco-friendly packaging and safety of the environment by reducing, reusing, and recycling the packaging. This study provides suggestions for the manufacturers and NGOs to implement new strategies to create better understanding about the safety of the environment. This study is an insight and guidelines for the policymakers who intend to introduce new legislations to stop the production and usage of disposable plastic bags. Scope of the study. Sustainable development is a vast area. Therefore, the researcher has concentrated only on the ecological sustainability. Again, Kanyakumari district has 6 taluks. Only 3 taluks are under coastal belt. Therefore, the researcher has concentrated only on the 3 taluks which are under coastal belt. Again, these 3 taluks consist of general consumers as well as coastal consumers. The researcher has concentrated only on the coastal consumers. From the coastal population, there are childhood, adult, and elderly. The research has been undertaken only on the elderly population, since adults are the earners as well as the decision makers. Review of literature. Review of literature is classified into 4 subheadings, namely packaging and its impact on environment, green packaging, reduce, reuse, and recycle, sustainable development. Review of literature, again, it has been classified into 2, that is empirical review and thematic reviews. That is primary data reviews and secondary data reviews. Therefore, altogether, the total review of literature is 56. Research gap. This study is a pioneer one because no study on green packaging is undertaken very specifically on coastal belt. No study is measures on the contribution of green packaging towards sustainable development. There is a general study on green packages, hence there is the limited resources to analyze the overall and specific objectives. Objectives of the study. The main objective of the study is to explore the extent to which the green packaging enhances sustainable development in Kanyakumari district. The following are the specific objectives. To find out the socio-economic status of the sample respondents, to study the perception of the respondents towards different types of green packaging in general, to analyze the awareness of respondents on the features of green packaging initiatives of reduce, reuse, and recycle. The 4th objective is to understand the green packaging usage behavior of sample respondents in the study area. The 5th objective is to measure the attitude towards the ban on plastic packaging initiatives of coastal respondents, to identify the difficulties faced by respondents in adapting green packaging. And the 7th final objective is to provide suitable suggestions to promote green packaging for the sustainable development. Hypothesis of the study. To support the objective of the study, the following null hypotheses have been formulated, and tested. The first null hypothesis, there is no significant difference among age group with respect to overall perception, packaging and its impact, awareness, behavior, features of green packaging, attitude towards ban on plastic packaging, and difficulties in adapting green packaging. The second null hypothesis, there is no significant difference among educational qualification with respect to overall perception, packaging and its impact, awareness, behavior, features of green packaging, attitude towards ban on plastic packaging, and difficulties in adapting green packaging. The third null hypothesis, there is no significant difference among monthly income with respect to overall perception, packaging and its impact, awareness, behavior, features of green packaging, attitude towards ban on plastic packaging, and difficulties in adapting green packaging. The next null hypothesis, there is no significant difference between male and female with respect to overall perception, packaging and its impact, awareness, behavior, features of green packaging, attitude towards ban on plastic packaging, and difficulties in adapting green packaging. The next null hypothesis, there is no significant difference between married and unmarried with respect to overall perception, packaging and its impact, awareness, behavior, features of green packaging initiatives, attitude towards ban on plastic packaging, and difficulties in adapting green packaging. The sixth null hypothesis, there is no significant difference between village and town with respect to overall perception, packaging and its impact, awareness, behavior, features of green packaging, attitude towards ban on plastic packaging, and difficulties in adapting green packaging. Methodology. Methodology is based on both primary and secondary data. The area of the study is Kanyakumari. Kanyakumari district consists of 6 taluks, namely Agasthiswaram, Kalkulam, Vilavangodu, Thiruvattar, Killiyur, and Thovalai. Agasthiswaram, Kalkulam, and Vilavangodu are under coastal belt. From this coastal belt, there are 47 villages. Sample design. As per the Marine Fisheries Census 2010, the total adult population is 1,12,033. Since it is a definite population, the researcher has used Taro-Yamane scientific formula. Therefore, the total sample respondents are 399. Since, in order to collect the data, the researcher has used the technique as proportionate stratified random sampling. The strata has been divided into 2, that is age-wise and gender-wise. In age-wise, again, it has been divided into 3, younger adult, middle-aged adult, and senior adult on the basis of 18 to 35 35 years, 36 years and 55 years, and 56 years and above. In gender-wise, male and female. Since few of the data is been incomplete, it has been rejected for the analysis. Therefore, it has been shortlisted as 399. Analysis of data. Statistical packages for social science, that is SPSS version 21, has been used to analyze the data. Mean standard deviation is for descriptive analysis. ANOVA, t-test, factor analysis, correlation is used for inferential analysis. Sum is used for the overall objective of the study. Limitation of the study. This study lacks the conceptual background on green packaging. The study may suffer from elements of biasness. This study only concentrates on adult population and ignores the childhood and elderly people. The sample size was restricted only to coastal villages. The second chapter is about green packaging, that is overview of green packaging. In order to attain sustainable development, there is a need to follow 3 R's, 4 R's, The 3 R's are reduce, reuse, and recycle. And the 4th R is refuse, that is, refuse the use of non-green packaging or adapt the use of ban on plastic packaging. Okay, sir, thank you. Based on the mean score, out of 20 variables, the perception towards packaging were use packaging for various purposes. The mean score is 4.16. And the least score of dumping the waste packaging near the seashore, that is 3.21. The result supports the study of Lisa Annie Hamilton et al. 2019, Kurolovian and Paulraj 2016, Gadbayan and Omlekan 2015, who have confirmed that packaging waste is disposed in the form of open burning, open dumping, and disposing it in sanitary landfills created pollution. Based on the mean score, out of 18 variables of awareness regarding non-green packaging and its impact on environment, the first 4 score is given in connected to study area is air pollution, that is the mean score 4.02. The least score is for extension of spaces 3.48. These results agree with the similar study made by Zinat Bose Virpi Korhane and Clare Koshal-Sand 2020, Rehori Orzan et al. 2018, Motassen Seiden et al. 2017. They affirmed that pollutions from non-green packaging decline sea, air, soil, and water quality. Based on the mean score, out of 25 variables, the behavior of the respondents towards green packaging are avoiding plastic bags. The score is 4.03. Care for the Mother Earth, the mean score is 3.97. And the least score is for reduce carbon footprint. The score is 3.31. The same thought of protecting the nature and to save the environment was supported with a study by Christina Petilak et al. 2019, Glory Orzan et al. 2018. Based on the mean score, out of 18 variables, the coastal respondents are aware of the features of green packaging initiatives of save natural resources by using less. The score is 4. Reducing cost by preventing waste. The mean score is 3.81. And the less aware of less garbage go to landfills. The mean score is 3.49. Buying products that contains recycled material. The score is 3.48. This assertion of reduce by using minimum packaging, less garbage go to landfills, and to reuse the bag is supported by the earlier researchers Kurolovian and Palraj 2016, Priti Rao and Vanita Bhargav 2016, Ravish Agarwal et al. 2015. Based on the mean score, out of 18 variables, the coastal respondents are agreed with the attitude towards ban on plastic bags are non-availability of plastic equivalent packaging. The mean score is 3.83. Thinking that environment safety is the responsibility of the government. The mean score is 3.80. Then protects the environment. The mean score is 3.61. But disagree with unaware about alternative packaging. The mean score is 3.26. Eco-friendly packaging does not bring any benefits. The mean score is 3.23. This observation was in line with the other reports that alternative to plastic carry bags will be explored and yet to be evolved, says Express News Service 2020, Fabio Liccardello 2017. Based on the mean score, out of 21 variables, the coastal respondents are agreed about the problems and hurdles faced while adapting green packaging are non-availability for all products. The mean score is 3.99 and carrying own bag creates inconvenient. The score is 3.35. The result supports the study of Gori Orzan et al. 2018 that there is certain barriers in adapting green packaging, that is sustainable behavior. Since p-value is less than 0.01, the null hypothesis is rejected at 1% level with regard to features of green packaging initiatives. Hence, there is significant difference among age group of the respondents with relate to the factors or features of green packaging initiatives. Based on Duncan multiple range test, the age group of 18 to 35 years is significantly differ with the age group of 36 years and 55 years and 56 years above at 1% level. Since p-value is less than 0.05, the null hypothesis is rejected at 5% level with regard to factors or features of green packaging initiatives. Hence, there is significant difference among educational qualification of the respondents with regard to the features of green packaging initiatives. Based on the Duncan multiple range test, the educational status of illiterate significantly differ with graduate and postgraduates. Also, the educational qualification up to school level and others significantly differ from postgraduates at 5% level. Since p-value is less than 0.01, the null hypothesis is rejected at 1% level with regard to awareness regarding packaging and its impact on environment and behavior towards green packaging. Hence, there is significant difference among monthly income of the respondents with relate to the factors of awareness regarding packaging and its impact on environment and behavior towards green packaging. Since p-value is less than 1% or 0.01, the null hypothesis is rejected at 1% level with regard to factors of awareness regarding packaging and its impact on environment and problems and hurdles faced in adapting green packaging. Hence, there is significant difference between married and unmarried of respondents with regard to factors of awareness regarding packaging and its impact on environment and problems and hurdles faced in adapting green packaging. The calculated p-value is 0.002, which is less than 0.05. Here, goodness of fit index value is 0.853 and AGFI, adjusted goodness of fit index value, is 0.796. Both are satisfied the structural equation model preconditions. Hence, it is good fit. The calculated comparative fit index value is 0.921 and normed fit index value is 0.881, which indicates that the model has achieved the level of significance and the root mean square error of approximation value is 0.068, which is less than 0.1. In this model, all the values are perfectly correlated with one another. Suggestions. Based on the findings, suggestions are made for the policymakers, manufacturers, and the end consumers. To the policymakers, the MHRD, that is Ministry of Human Resource Development, under the umbrella of startup scheme for all colleges, can motivate the students to set up a unit for green packages, which might motivate youth to become an entrepreneur. For this venture, the government can provide subsidy to the colleges who facilitate the institution to start business along with teaching and learning process. The village panchayat can provide the facilities for the coastal villages to degrade waste packages by way of arranging waste removal vehicle on alternative days for all villages, same like facilities arranged in municipalities. Ministry of Tourism and Ministry of Environment can allot guards in the tourist spot and to keep more hand-picked out of dustbins and dump sites in every 20 feet distance, especially in Kanyakumari, Kovalam, Changudurai, Chottavalai, Kulachal, and other beaches to avoid trash flyover and to keep the place clean. Every municipality, town, and village panchayat may provide more recycling options like waste recycling mission, reverse vending mission, smart dustbins in the study area, which are launched in Coimbatore and Vellore municipalities to avoid single-use plastic and to prevent marine pollution. The fishery department should give constant awareness through various awareness programs in the form of street play and campaigns conducted on every fortnight for Fishermen Cooperative Society, Fisher Women Cooperative Society, Fishermen Sangams, and self-help groups in coastal villages on non-green packaging and its negative impact on the environment. The government of both state and central can provide subsidy to cottage industries and to promote green packages made out of teak leaves, lotus leaves, and earthenwares, which are easily biodegradable and sustain the ecosystem. The central and state government shall allot subsidy for the consumable product industries, mainly to promote green packaging, which in turn reduces the existence of non-green packaging. The existing law related to ban on plastic bags might be strengthened to support the shift of alternatives by means of green bags, which are biodegradable in nature. Also, to implement the plastic bag ban effectively and to prevent the supply of plastic bags and products that comes in plastic covers in Tamil Nadu, especially in Kanyakumari district. To the manufacturers can prefer e-sources for advertisement of the product, which may be a great help for sustainable development. This in turn will avoid the usage of pamphlets and contribute for the reduction of carbon footprint. Producers of packaging industries on the whole can consider the current situation of ecological destruction and provide cheap alternatives to plastic bags made out of waste of maize, vegetables, and paper, which will degrade in 3 months' time without causing any damage or reducing fertility of the soil. This concept is successfully adapted by Bangalore-based company named as Regeno. Manufacturers of consumable goods can identify their social responsibility of producing packages only in biodegradable material. Thus, it may satisfy the demand of green packaging, which automatically reduces its cost and available in cheap rate. And this in turn might position goodwill among the consumers. Research and Development Department of Manufacturing Industries can take necessary steps to initiate and to develop biodegradable polythene made out of corn starch and potato starch. This in turn reduces the density of pollution in the globe. Manufacturers of product can approach self-help groups and startups in colleges to on contract basis to produce and to promote green packaging in jute, cloth, and other natural materials like palm leaves, areca leaves, which are easily available in villages. Manufacturers of product packaging can provide recycling centers to collect the waste packages in shops itself, for which they motivate customers by offering certain freebies like if they give 10 used packages, one new fresh product can be offered as a free of cost, which might reduce, reuse, and recycle the packages. To the end consumer, recognizing the negative impact of non-green packages, the customers can voluntarily switch over to green packages, which will contribute to sustainable development. Marine is the only livelihood of the coastal people, and so polluting sea is committing sin against it. The coastal people must have this feel, which will make them avoid littering near seashore and care for the sea. Customers can try to buy products which have recycling symbols in the packages, so that after the usage of product, these packages may be returned back for recycling purpose. Customers can replace the gift wrappers by newspapers, which will reduce the negative impact on the environment and contribute to sustainability aspect. Customers might be aware of the negative impact of burning and dumping waste packages. In the absence of waste removal facilities offered by the local government, They can initiate their own as the people of Chinnavalai study area are approaching private agencies for waste removal facilities. Recognizing the social responsibility of every citizen, the customers can bring their own shopping bags while they go for purchase, so that the law of ban on plastic carry bag introduced by the government would be successful. The citizens of India could build the attitude of care for the country, just as the people in Japan proved themselves to be socially responsible towards their country and environment around, which might protect the Mother Earth as well as the globe. Conclusion. From the findings, the researcher has understood that the coastal people have good awareness regarding the socio-economic status, and they have the good awareness regarding the impact of green packaging on environment. Therefore, also plastic bags are in use still due to its cheapness and convenience, and especially in some shops they use it in a hidden form. Therefore, the sole responsibility of the government and the manufacturers to produce any product which has three aspects, that is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Finally, for every citizen, they should have this thought: if not I, who will care for the ecology? Scope for further research. A study of the impact of non-green packaging towards climatic changes in India. These are the areas which can be studied further. Then green packaging, a study on reduction of carbon footprint in Kanyakumari. Then green packaging and 3 Rs, an initiative to attain sustainable development. A red alert to an ecosystem, non-green packaging, green packaging, an emerging need for sustainable development. Competitive advantage of green packaging for sustainable development. Then green practices, a social responsibility of the consumers towards the present ecological issues, with a special reference on coastal vulnerable in Tamil Nadu. A study on consumers' perception, the impact on ban of plastic covers and bags in Tamil Nadu. Then green products and well-being of coastal populace in the Kanyakumari district. A study on knowledge, awareness, and perception of sustainable development in coastal villages in Tamil Nadu. Then these are the list of publication which the researcher has been published in various journals, even in the Scopus Index journal.
Okay. Hazel Jada, I'm audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Congratulations for your very excellent, nice presentation.
Thank you, sir.
That I could find a lot of clarity in your presentation. Normally, the scholars used to get tension and a lot of deviation while doing the presentation, but without getting any tension, very nicely you have made your presentation. Good. So now, as I mentioned earlier, now it is the second part of this Vivavacy examination. First part, the presentation is over. Now the second part is that we have to test the work done by the candidate by putting lot of questions, and it is a time. Second one, it is a time to clarify our doubts related to the various findings and the suggestions offered by the candidate. So now I request the participants, if you have any questions, please one by one you ask the question. There are two options I will give. One is you can unmute your mic and ask the question number one. Otherwise, you type your question in the chat box. So in the chat box, you click the chat box and type your question paper. If you are not able to speak and if your network is having the problem, in that case, that you type your question in the chat box. Otherwise, if you are comfortable, then unmute your mic and speak and ask the question. And while asking the question, you please first your name and your institution, and introduce yourself about your name and institution, then put the question. Yeah. Any questions, please?
Yes, sir. My name is Francina.
You are from?
I'm a research scholar from Scott Christian College.
Very good. Good, madam, please.
Yes, actually, Jeddah, you said that there is a 3R in green packaging, but I can't able to understand what are the 3Rs. Can you please explain what are the 3Rs in green packaging?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you
Yeah.
for asking. They are reduce, reuse, and recycle. These three aspects is being included in green packages.
Oh, that's what you mentioned as 3Rs.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
So bringing that, yeah, please. Yeah, next.
Yes,
Next, please.
I'm Dr. Jessie Isabella, former HOD of Commerce, Holy Cross College in Nagarkoil.
Holy Cross College. Okay.
Yeah. So first of all, I would like to appreciate the candidate, Mrs. Jeddah, for her nice and clear presentation of the research work.
Thank you.
And then she has chosen a nice topic. That is the opt title. That is the need of the day in the coastal belt.
Yeah.
And I want to put down. I want to clarify what is the impact the research work has created in the life of the research scholar, as well as the family members, the society around. So this should be a role model for others in the coastal belt. And she should be a connecting link between the government work and the coastal belt, people of the coastal belt. So this is what I feel. So what is the impact that the research was?
Impact, that is impact for the scholar and the society. Am I right? In two ways you are asking.
Yeah. Impact created because she was doing the work for the past 3 years, no? 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
Yes.
So it must have created some impact in her life.
Yes.
So what is that impact you have created, and what is the thing you want to show to others?
Nice question. Jeddah, very nice question. First,
yes,
you please explain that what kind of impact you got from this work. Then that other, come to the next.
Okay. I'm convinced of not to use any non-green packages that pollutes the environment. That's the impact I got it from my study, as well as for the impact.
Whether you are following now personally?
Yes, I am trying to follow it to the maximum, sir.
Trying to following or following?
I am following most of
follow, na? As a research scholar, you should follow.
Yes, of course.
You and your family members should follow this, the green packaging. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You should be the role model for others. Okay, that is a question asked by that faculty. Yeah, good. Yeah. Then comes next.
For the society, I feel through my study, I have given awareness as much as possible, as well as to the government and the NGOs also. I have requested and I have suggested few suggestions to be and a few strategies with other companies where apart from Tamil Nadu, where they are following, it has been put forth. So this is what I have got the impact for me as well as for the society.
So through your research work, what kind of suggestion you have given to the government for creating the awareness among the coastal area people for this green packaging adaptability? What kind of suggestion?
For the fishery department in the coastal areas, I have given to give a awareness program regarding the effect of non-green packaging, how it pollutes the environment through various campaign to be conducted for the self-help group and the women group and sangams, various sangams. That's what I have given as a solution.
Okay. In addition, through your publication also, I think you have made some publication. Through your publication also, you are that disseminating that ideas to the public. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Next question, please. Next question, please.
So from the chat, the 4 questions have come. The first question is, what motivated you to choose this topic?
Okay.
Since I am inhaled from this coastal area, I see the coastal area is being polluted very much due to this non-green packages. It is due to various other factors too, but mainly of this non-green packages. Therefore, I have chosen this title for my study.
The second question is, do you have any idea of starting your own production center on green packaging?
Yes, of course, I am. We were trying with the help of our institute, Holy Cross College. We had an idea over it, but not yet been put forth. It's not yet been implemented.
Next. Madam, you read the next question also.
The next one is Sister Hilda from Principal of Holy Cross Home Science College. Thus, the people in coastal village are ready to adopt the green and eco-friendly products developed by you. If so, what is the percentage?
I have not yet been developed any product yet. My study is only giving awareness to them. Therefore, if I produce any product regarding green packaging, yes, of course, through the collection of data, through the interview, I could observe their own perception as well as their own willingness to buy green product, to act for green packages. But it is somewhere it is available, somewhere it is not been available for all the products.
Selvi, one more question to the student.
Yes.
Jada,
Yes.
and what is the scope of green package for the school and college students? And how are you prepared to respond to them? What is the scope of this green package? Did you think of anything for the school and college students when they go to the beach, they throw a lot of waste?
Yeah,
Do you have any plan for them?
Yeah, I want to create awareness, not to pollute the environment, as well as to act, always to follow the practice of having this thought that if not I, who will care for the earth? This thought should have in the mind of everyone, including the school as well as the college students, especially when they go for a picnic or for a tour.
Maybe in your future studies, you can think of these students, the future generation, who are responsible to safeguard the nature. Maybe you can prepare a package as your future plan and go to the institutions. It's very easy to educate them regarding this so that they too, not only you and we, but all of us feel the need for like safeguarding the environment. Okay, Paul.
The fourth question also same related to Hilda. Do you have any plan to educate the school and college students regarding this topic chosen? So what is your future plan?
I can give awareness program to the schools by asking with the support of the management to arrange to give an awareness program. Also, I thought I have this idea of to get a patent for my idea of green packaging and sustainable development. So through this patent, I can also develop it for the upcoming days.
Okay. Any other question in the chat box, I think? Right.
Okay, there's one more question. Which type of green packaging will be practicably suitable for the coastal area? That is asked by Martina Francisca.
which is more biodegradable in nature, especially as I said, some few types like edible and biodegradable option, that is made out of seaweed packages, corn starch packages, potato starch packages. These packages will be an apt material which can be used near coastal areas, which may not pollute the sea or the ocean and even the seashore.
And Jeddah, hello, Fazil
Yes,
Jeddah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Related to that previous two questions regarding this creation of awareness among the school children and the college students and all, that related question I have, actually I want to ask the question. And in addition to that, another external examiner, Pradipta Banerjee, I think he is also available here. She is also available
Yes,
here.
sir. Yes, sir. Very good morning, sir. Very
Yeah,
good morning.
that professor also asked the same question. The question related to your sample. You have chosen only the adult and a different category of adults. Why you have chosen that category of respondent only for that, for your study? Because the question, you see, most of the questions and all related to children, sir. And the children's also now, and the college students also now, visiting the coastal area for spending that time, they used to spend lot of time. Awareness in their minds also required to bring the screen packages and other things. So that why you ignore that people for your study, why you have given importance only to that adult population?
Since
Yeah, this is my first question, please.
Since adults are the
So that your focus is only on adult population. Am I right?
yes,
So by assessing the awareness that prevail among the adults, and accordingly you want to give that directions to the adult as well as the children. Even the adults are not having that awareness, then how do we expect the same from the children, sir? So the same thing, you want to assess only the adults. Accordingly, you want to conduct the research. Now your findings is both for adult as well as children. Am I right?
yes, sir. As a coastal population, my findings is only of adult population, not on the children. My focus is only on the adult population.
So your findings is based on the adult because your population is, your sample is adult.
Yes.
But based on that, you want to suggest to give some kind of awareness to the children also, school children also.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because already for the previous two questions related to school children's awareness and other things, you have given suggestion. That is why I put that question. Right. Any other question? Then, if no others wants to ask the question, then I will put some other question now.
Sir, would you please allow me to? I don't have any question. I am Pradipta Banerjee from West Bengal.
Yeah, please. Please.
Very good morning. And let me have the opportunity to congratulate both the scholar and guide, and especially to Hazel Jeddah for nicely presenting her whole work in a very organized way.
That is the stratification. That is stratification means grouping. So age-wise, that adult population you grouped, stratified. Am I right?
Yes.
First part. Then from that, randomly, that you have, that is stratified random. You have selected the respondent and collected the data. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. That clarity I want. That is why. Number two, in your presentation as well as in the project, you have mentioned that I have used both the primary out the statement of problem. Whatever the data you have used for analysis, interpretation, and findings for your objective, that only that. So here your data is mainly on the primary data, questionnaire based. Whether you use a questionnaire or entry schedule, which one you have used?
Both. For literate, I have used a questionnaire, and for illiterate, I have used interview schedule.
Okay, which language? Whether you have English or the local language, which language? Vernacular language, which one you have used?
Both languages, sir,
Questionnaire.
because
Both.
questionnaire was questionnaire in English.
Okay. Interview schedule, you explain everything and got the answer. Feedback.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Right. And that only the coastal area population only you have covered, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So in your study topic, what is your topic, ma? Tell me, your topic is?
Green packaging and eco-friendly approach towards sustainable development in coastal villages of Kanyakumari district.
Okay. So green packaging and eco-friendly approach towards, so the eco-friendly approach, whether it is available among the coastal area population, that is the focus, am I right?
Yes,
the approach.
Yes, sir.
So under the approach, but the title shows it is an approach, it is a very broader one. But under this, you have conducted perception, the second objective, then you that study the awareness, then the third one for usage pattern, then you find the difficulties. So all the things, the perception related to green packages, awareness related to green packages, usage pattern, that is I think fourth objective, difficulties in the fifth objective, we have done, right? But now my question is regarding the awareness, you have already mentioned, some people ask the question. My question is related to usage pattern. So what type of usage patterns that prevail among your that adult population in your coastal area regarding the plastic usage or the green packaging, the usage pattern? That is your one of the objective, ma?
Yes, sir.
The pattern is one of the objective. So what kind of pattern of the usage pattern prevails in the study area?
That means whether they use green packaging or not, whether they are willing to adapt the green packaging or not. This has been analyzed in that.
So that you please go to your objective statement. Go to the slide, objective slide. Don't get any tension, relaxly do that. Next. Before that, previous slide.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think fourth one, I think so. Am I right?
Green packaging usage behavior.
Then somewhere else you mentioned about features of green packaging. Usage behavior.
Yes, sir.
It is fourth one is usage behavior. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how you assess that usage behavior? What kind of the tools you have used to assess the behavior of the usage, and that what is your findings related to behavior of the usage behavior?
The usage behavior these are the variables, that is avoid plastic bags, carry eco-friendly bags while shopping, care for the mother earth, concern for future generation. These are the behavior. And there are 25 variables.
These are all so how they are using all these things, what kind of that attitude behavior they are having while using this kind of product, that you have with this variable you have studied the behavior.
I have studied the behavior, sir. With the help of mean and standard deviation and I have analyzed this. And for hypothesis, I have used
mean and standard. You are not able to find out this any kind of behavior with the help of mean and standard deviation. Hmm.
No, sir, by analyzing it, I found out
Mhm.
this. From
Some
the data,
hypothesis also, the related hypothesis also you framed, na? The
yes, sir.
age, sex, and education.
Comparing
Yeah.
with age,
For
education, and
testing the hypothesis, you have used some tool also.
yeah,
With that, you derived something related to the behavior. Am I right?
yes, sir.
Hmm. Okay. Kindly go through that. The answer is available in your presentation, and kindly go through. Okay, nice. Next, and you have used that the factor analysis in your thesis,
Yes,
and
sir.
you have also mentioned that.
Yes.
Why do you use the factor analysis, and what are the factors you identified through the factor analysis?
For factor analysis, I have used for attitude towards ban on plastic packaging. Then there are
Okay.
18 factors. So from that, I have derived
18 variables. 18 variables.
18 variables in that factor analysis.
Okay.
So from that, I have derived into, I have grouped into 5. That is non-availability, under compulsion.
So that 18 you reduced through the factor analysis, you reduced it into 5 factors.
Yes. 5 factors again.
Okay. So that the 5 factors that indicates the what?
5 factors that indicates the attitude towards ban on plastic packaging.
Good, good, very good, very good, very good, nice. Then that you have used the SEM model, structural equation model.
Yes, sir.
Why did you use that? What is the use of that?
To fulfill the overall objective of the study, I have used the SEM model, sir. Based on the theoretical framework to test the major objective of the study.
Little bit clarity is not overall objective. That your model says something. Okay. Please kindly go through that. Okay. And based on your findings, what kind of specific suggestions you want to give to the adult population, those who are living in the coastal area, in your area? Specific suggestion to the adult, because that is your sample. What kind of adult population? Because your suggestion, you have given only 3: manufacturer, government, and the customers.
Yes, sir.
And that why you have given that suggestion to customer, I don't know, because your study is related to the adult people.
Yes.
And custom consumers and all the different people. And why you have given these 3 categories, that I don't know. But anyway, my question is that for this sample population, regarding the focus of this study, the green packaging, what kind of suggestion you want to give to the adult population, the target population?
To the consumers, what I have given, all those suggestions are for the adult population only, sir. Because I have studied the adult, only for them I am giving the suggestions. So, which includes other customers too. So mainly my study is on focusing on them. From the findings only, I have given the suggestions. So
right, why you have used the term consumer here, because that the total population, that your focus is for the total population of the people, those who are residing in that area. So on what basis you classify your suggestion into these 3 categories? Your suggestion, one to the government, that is okay, acceptable. Another one to the manufacturer, another one to the consumer. And what basis you want to give?
Because
based on the usage? Based on the usage?
No, yes, of course, when I gone through the findings, their behavior, usage pattern, and difficulties. Based on the difficulties, I could analyze.
My previous question, you got the answer. You tried to get my previous question. Okay. Continue. Yes.
Based on the
Their
from
usage
their
pattern.
difficulties, usage pattern, as well as their difficulties while adapting green packaging, green packaging, I could analyze that they were insufficient product available in the market, which is of green packaging. Therefore, I have given suggestion for the manufacturers as well as the policy makers to implement this.
Okay. So that from the usage pattern, you identified the usage of various other plastic and other products and the less usage of the green packaging. Based on that, so that you want to suggest to the manufacturer, don't use these kind of packages for supplying the goods. Use this one, like that you are offering. And to the end user, consumer here means the end user, am I right? The public.
Yes,
am I
sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear. Then, Ma, you are the teacher now. You are the assistant professor now. Am I right? In that call.
No,
Are you the
I'm a regular student, sir. Full-time
regular
scholar.
student?
Full-time scholar.
Okay, right. You are the full-time scholar, right? So, from this study, so that already some teachers got asked this question. Regarding the impact. So at the same question, I want to put it in another way. So what personally you want to follow or adopt regarding these green packages after your research work? So what kind of your personal learning, what kind of things you are going to personally adopt, you and your family members going to adopt regarding this green packaging?
I am more committed now not to use non-green packages at all.
Okay.
I'm very convinced of it. As well as I'll also make my family members to follow the same.
Okay. So that now almost that your that the PhD is over. Then after the PhD, that what kind of that further steps you want to take in that area to improve this, because it is, as mentioned by you, it is one of the important area and the need of the hour now. So what kind of initiative you want to take, or you want to suggest to the government to take regarding this kind of green package initiatives, please?
Already I have given the suggestion itself, and even though for the policymakers, even though on my own, I try to the maximum wherever I am, wherever I work in any institution. For the younger generation, I promote this habit, as well as I promote this. I also give awareness regarding the impact of how the non-green packages affect the environment to the most. Also, with the help of the support of the management, I also make a patent regarding it to form a business model and to promote it for the upcoming days.
Okay. So that my final question, last question from my side is, and in your sample population, both male and females are there, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So which group of people, either male or female, is having more awareness regarding this green package, and regarding the usage pattern also, which that group of people having that more of green package usage?
Mostly,
so accordingly also you can able to focus your that awareness creation.
Male,
yeah,
male gender has a maximum awareness regarding usage pattern as well as the green packaging.
Okay, then your suggestion is, so government and other stakeholders has to take lot of steps to create awareness among the female population, am I right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, Jilda, then I'll move on to the public again. If anyone wants to put some question, please. And Sahaya Rani madam, is there any question in the chat box?
No, sir, that's all. No questions.
Okay. Revati madam, do you have any questions? Right. So
No,
if
sir,
others,
you have raised, sir, you have raised adequate number of questions, and the candidate was able to defend all the questions.
yeah, thank you. Nice, nice, madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you. So, with the permission of this observer now, madam, shall I proceed to conclude this Vaivavasi examination proceedings?
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So, Gerda, you please unshare your screen, please. Unshare your screen. Yeah, nice. Once again, I welcome back all the participants. This is the candidate, Hasil Gerda, made a very beautiful presentation about her research work regarding the green packaging and that eco-friendly approach for the sustainable development. That is the focus of the area under this regarding this perception, awareness, usage behavior, difficulties, all other things. She has made a beautiful presentation. Then after that, many participants raised the question orally as well as through the chat box. And we read out the question, and Hazel Jada given all the answer properly. And finally, the left out question, I raised my own question as well as the other external examiner question, Pradilda Banerjee question also. And for each and every questions, the candidate has given a very nice answer. That means she defended her work with proper care, and that shows the commitment of the candidate towards the work. And she justified her research work on her own research work. So based on all this observation, in addition, already I have personally evaluated the thesis. I am one of the examiner. The report is available with me. The other candidate, as I mentioned, the other candidate, the Pradipta Banerjee, also given a very positive report. So based on the report given by the other examiners, including myself, and based on her own presentation as well as the way in which very properly she defended her work, I take this opportunity on behalf of the panel of examiner, as an external examiner, I strongly recommend Manomaniyam Sundaranar University to award PhD degree to Hasil Gerda in the discipline of commerce, in the subject of commerce. So I strongly recommend to MSU, Manomaniyam Sundaranar University, to award PhD degree to Mrs. G. Hasil Gerda. So hereafter, we all call Hasil Gerda as Dr. Hasil Gerda. Congratulations to the candidate. And I take this opportunity to congratulate the research supervisor from the Holy Cross College, Sahaya Selvi, for her excellent the guidance. And she has given me a very beautiful presentation in the beginning also. And I extend my thanks to the HOD, Mary Helen Stella Madam from the same institution. And I extend that my thanks to my good friend, Dr. Revati, Professor and Head Department of Commerce from MSU, and other friends for all your support. Finally, I want to thank all the participants for your patient listening and for your active participation for this healthy participation of this Vaivavasi examination. So finally, once again, I want to congratulate the candidate Hazel Zerda for her excellent work, and congratulations to you and your guide. Wish you all the best. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
God bless.
Professor Sudalaimuthu. My personal
Yeah.
thanks are also due to you for having served as an external examiner for our university. Hearty congratulations to the research scholar and the research supervisor. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, madam. Now, Hazel Jarda would like to propose vote of thanks.
Yeah, before that, madam, you please, I think you hope you already taken some of the screenshot. That
Yes,
is also
sir. Yes, sir. We have taken, sir. We have taken and
Okay.
copied.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
With grateful heart and with an outstretched arm, I bless God's holy name, saying, Thank you, Lord, for all his deeds, his mercy, his kindness, and powerful guidance throughout my life, now and forever. So I just want to say, Thank you, Lord. I feel immense pleasure to propose vote of thanks to the respected examiner of Viva Voce Board, Dr. S. Sudalaimuthu, Professor and Head of the Department of Banking Technology, Pondicherry University, for evaluating my thesis and conducting the Viva Voce examination. Also, it was very mind-blowing, sir. Really, it was an eye-opener session for everyone, especially for me. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Then I express my special thanks to Dr. B. Revati, the observer of online Viva Voce, Professor of Commerce, Manonmaniam Sundranath University, Tirunelveli. Thank you, madam. Tears of joy well up in my eyes when I raise my voices in gratitude. Yes, dear Dr. Sister Sahaya Selvi, for all the good things I experienced from you. From the day I stepped into this prestigious institution, right from my MCom to MPhil, I wanted to do research under your guidance. I did not get any opportunity at all. Therefore, when I wanted to register for PhD, there was a vacancy under your guidance, and believing that you will teach me quality in research. Today, indeed, I'm very proud and privileged scholar of you, sister. It is you who have widened my knowledge with your unwavering wisdom, and I have learned the art of how to write a quality research. You are always very assertive in telling things, and your heart is so kind. You wished good and the best for me. You provided me all the possible opportunity to update myself, and you have given freedom to me to consult anyone and everyone. When I am depressed, you gave me courage and support to be strong and to go ahead in life. You admired us growing and shining in the society. You are the real hero and good educator. You are the millionaire who earned the heart of many souls. On this special occasion, I pray God to grant you good health and happiness, and may you continue your service in bringing up many more youth to shine in this society. My sincere thanks to you, sister. I am indebted to extend my thanks to the Vice Chancellor of Manonmaniam Sundranath University, the Registrar, and the Research Coordinator for giving me permission to do my research in this esteemed university. My profound thanks to Dr. Sister Gerardine J.M., the Secretary, then the Dr. Sister Annie Puppet Sophie, the Principal, the Vice Principal, Dr. Sister Lima Rose, then the Controller of Examiner, Dr. Mrs. Vinolia, and all the Crossian sisters and all the sisters for providing me all the necessary facilities to do the research in a peaceful manner. Especially, I thank them for permitting me to continue my research during the period of pandemic in our research department. I show my immense gratitude to my doctoral committee members, Dr. David Appadurai, the Associate Professor of Commerce, St. Xavier's College, Palayam Kottai, and Dr. Mary Helen Stella, HOD of the Department of Commerce, Holy Cross College, for their valuable guidance and constructive criticism to do my research in a perfect manner. I also thank all my teachers belonging to aided SF1 and SF2 stream. Dear Madam, your presence is always a great help and you always attracted me through your smiling gestures. Thank you, each one of you. I wish to thank Dr. Jessie Isabella, the guide of my supervisor and the then HOD of the Department of Commerce, Holy Cross College, for spared her valuable time in cross-checking the thesis and provided better suggestion for successful completion of my research work. With grateful heart, I thank Dr. Saila Suganti, Professor of Zoology, Holy Cross College, then Dr. Julius Caesar, Professor of Commerce, St. Joseph College, Trichy, and Dr. S. Bilomin Reggie, Assistant Professor of Commerce, St. Mary's College, Thuthukudi, for their guidance and scholarly advice while carried out my analysis part in research work. I also thank all the teaching and non-teaching staff of our college for their timely help and moral support. Very specially, I thank Anto Valananna, Robin Anna, and Amudan Anna for their technical assistance. I thank my colleagues, Mrs. Jani Mercy Bai, Mrs. Martina Francesca, and Mrs. Abhisha for their scholarly discussion and moral support in doing my research. I thank Mrs. Prabhaka and Mrs. Nimaisha for sparing their time for language correction of my thesis. Words are insufficient to express my gratitude to my life partner, my loving kids, and my auntie family, especially my brother Vijay, my father and mother, brothers and sisters, for their confidence, encouragement, motivation, and strong support in all my endeavors, especially during my research work. Finally, I thank all the participants of my PhD Viva Voce examination for sparing your valuable time, and without your contribution, this event may not be a successful one. Once again, I thank you all.
Besides Dr. Hessel Jarda thanking, I also take this opportunity to thank all the well-wishers who helped me in the journey of being research guide. First and foremost, I thank Dr. Murugan Chettiar, who helped me to get a team of panel members. I have an association with him more than 9 years. He is really a coach in helping me in my academic career. Thank you so much, sir. Next, I wholeheartedly thank another thesis evaluator, Dr. Banerjee from West Bengal. I thank you, sir, for all your positive vibes and your very presence in this virtual platform. Very kind of you, sir, to attend this Viva Voce examination and gracing this event. I thank all my academic friends, scholars, well-wishers, management, and all those who helped me in one way or another. I thank all my community sisters and friends and my beloved brother who is attending this program. Finally, I bow my head in praise and adoration to my loving God for his very presence and inspiration in the research journey with Hessel Jarda. Dear all, thank you for coming for this examination. Now we can log out from this meeting room.
Yes.
Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, madam. That I have some other work. I'm leaving now. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, one and all. We are winding up now.